In today's video, I just want to go through a big rundown of my brand new Toyota Hilux. I've had it for a bit over a month now, and I'm loving it. It's everything that I imagined. It's years in the making. This is going to do me for the next 20 years of travel around Australia, and basically I wanted something fresh, something new to last me. I want to know the history of it, and basically I made the call, and with the deal she chucked in the tonneau cover on the back, the tent, and also the tow package. So thanks again for that. Also, I ordered it with a Pedders GVM Plus upgrade, which gives you extra 690 kilos of payload. So I think it's one of the highest ones you can get for a GVM. For a Hilux, sits a bit high in the back for now, but I am anticipating future canopy options in the back. So we'll go through that at the end of the video. And if you keep in mind, if you've got any questions or advice, tips, information I can use, chuck them down in the comments below. So let's go through some details of the vehicle. So it is a 2021 Toyota Hilux SR5 Extra Cab, glacier white. This is my 4th Hilux, and I just love them. I had a 1994 Extra Cab, I had a Workmate, and a 2007 SR single cab, which is still for sale. So the 3 considerations in this build that I kept in mind were the weight. I want it to be as efficient as possible, as modular as possible and versatile, and also future-proof. Everything that I do now, I wanted to keep in mind the future, like additions that I might want to add later on down the track. So we'll go through some of those ideas shortly. So the GVM Plus upgrade, these indicators must go on. Anything over 3,500 kilos. We've got the springs and the struts at the front there. And just anticipating future weight in the back with the canopy. So it's sitting a bit high at the moment. It's a bit bumpy, but I'm used to a bumpy ute. I've just come from a single cab. If anything, it's even less bumpier than that one. So got it done Pre Rego for savings later on, and looks out good. So before all the gear went on, I got it down to 8 litres per 100 Ks. That's just the GVM, nothing else added. So after all the weight's gone on from UV 4x4, I'm getting about 9.4 litres per 100, taking it very easy, and just trying to work out how long my new long range fuel tank will last, and I think it's going to last about 1200 Ks. So UV 4x4 in Brendale, Stuart, absolute legend. We sat down for about an hour and a half, went over everything that I wanted. He was able to provide me some great feedback and options, and change up a few things that I had in mind. So let's start off with the front. We have the ARB Summit Bull Bar in matte black. I didn't want to go color coded white. I think it's too much white then. I like how the black sort of breaks everything up. You got to order the LED fog lamps extra, and I didn't go for a winch just yet. Later on down the track, definitely. But good thing with this Bull Bar too, it integrates the original parking sensors at the front there, so they still work, even though you can see it's an extra 300mm. I've had there's a wall right here, and they still go off as normal. So with the Bull Bar, I opted for the brush bars on the side, and they go all the way down to the new side steps. The original ones, they're gone, and they're nice and solid. The whole thing's solid as. It's bloody awesome. And they're mounted on, where are they? Yeah, they're on the chassis there, so nice and secure. So on the Bull Bar, I opted for the ARB Intensity Solis. One's flood and one's spot. I opted for a dimmer option as well. So when I've got the headlights on, down here on the side, I have the intensity of it. So that's pretty handy, especially being out west with all the signs around. Next up we have the GME aerial. This is the 1.2 meter high aerial here. I've got a bracket coming in the mail that goes here, so that can sort of be angled back towards the cab. So if I accidentally go into a car park with a low roof, I can sort of get out quickly and just angle it back towards the cab. Accompanying the aerial, I went with the GME XRS Connect. This one here. I've got a bracket coming in the mail as well, which will sit, it attaches here, right? And it makes the handpiece sit about there. So that's going to be super handy for ease of access instead of just having it down there. And also too, it doesn't make any, I don't have to drill any holes or anything in the dash. So that bracket I'm waiting for is from Gear Connect, and I think it was about 55 bucks delivered. So with the radio, if I'm not using it, I can just pop it out and yeah, easy as that. Okay, under the bonnet we have a dual battery system here. This is a Century deep cycle flooded. I think it's 95 amp hours from memory. And then accompanying that, I've got a solar input here for later on down the track. If I get a solar blanket to stick on the windscreen there, if I'm out and about all day or at camp, I can easily just plug it in there and put the bonnet down, nice and secure. So yeah, so that's the dual battery system. I wanted the diff breathers, and I wanted also the extra transfer case and the transmission. So everything works out of this ARB diff breather module here. It's all in one, so it keeps it nice and neat, less clutter. I've got the Direction Plus catch can, and every 5,000 Ks, I've just got to come under here and empty it into a bottle. So accompanying that is also the Direction Plus pre-fuel filter, which sits right here. And basically, to empty it or to service it, I've just got to undo these bolts here. The easiest way is to take it up and then just let out the water or change the filter from underneath. I've got everything individually fused as well, the fridge, all that kind of stuff. Small fuses down here, that's for the spotties. I went the Redarc BCDC charger, so that's for the fridge when I'm driving. So that just sits down there under the bonnet latch, nice and out of the way, and keeps it nice and cool. I've heard good things about these Redarc chargers too, so that was a no-brainer for me. So I went with the Safari R-Max Snorkel. I had one of these on my last Hilux, and yeah, I love it. So if we go into the back, I have removed the seats legally. I had to remove the seat belts and get it engineered, and then change the seat options from 4 seats to 2 seats. That was easy. That was just going to the Department of Transport and filling out relevant paperwork for that. Otherwise it wouldn't be legal if I just pulled the seats out without doing that, so I've done it the right way. I can change it too, like I've got the seat belts and everything behind this back panel for the future in case I want to put the seats back in, but I probably won't. So with the dual battery system, I wanted to get some additional USB and accessory points put in, so when the car's off I still have somewhere to charge the phone, and if I'm running a little pump for a water source for a shower, it just plugs straight in there. That runs off the dual battery, as well as the fridge, which is just behind here. So if I'm parked up, I can just run it off the mains there. Or so with the fridge, it has its own Engel socket down there, nice and out of the way. We'll come to the driver's door. I'm running the Engel MTV Combi. This has been an absolute treat. It's nice and modular. I can put the bigger freezer part in the back, or take that center part out and have it as a fridge. did a lot of research about these bad boys and went with the Engel for, once again, longevity. We have these at work and they cop an absolute pounding. I think it is a bit overkill having the cover on in the back. I've realised that, and some of the reviews reckon they operate better without the cover, so I'm gonna do some testing and see if I really need the cover. I have also a couple of 8-ton recovery points, as well as the ARB underbody protection. So next up we have the ARB Frontier long range fuel tank. This thing here is bloody awesome. So the old tank was 80 litres, so that's gone. And I'm just testing this one to see how many Ks I can get now. The gauge doesn't work for the first 500 Ks, it sort of stays full for 500. And then once you go over 500 Ks, it starts to work as normal. So I'm sitting on 842.8 Ks and it's just over half full. So every increment there is about 180, 200 Ks. So I'm probably going to get 1150, 1200 Ks max with this long range fuel tank. So that's awesome. So another thing that I wanted to keep in mind, future proof, was installing a Redarc TowPro V3. So this is here. I'm not towing anything as of yet. However, later on, surely at some stage I'm going to have a trailer and all that, maybe a caravan. And yeah, just be convenient if I ever need a trailer. If I ever need to move something big, I can easily just borrow a trailer and it's all there ready to go. As well as that, there's my little pre-filter water alarm. So if it senses water in the fuel, that'll go off and make beeping, and I've just got to undo those 2 bolts and drain the water and change the filter if need be. I also got a battery monitor, so I press that and it comes up down here, a little nice and out of the way. So volt 1 is my main starter battery and the second one is my deep cycle battery for the fridge and all that. So yeah, that's pretty helpful, and then I can just turn it off, easy as that. In the back I'm just running a mat for now. It is definitely not watertight or dust proof in the back here, so every time it rains or from washing the car, I've got to take off the cover to dry it out, which is a pain in the ass. But this brings me to my next segment in the video. So future plans, obviously the next mod I want to do is wheels. I know they're a bit, they're still the original dealership rims and tyres, which helps with those long drives around camping and stuff, but I think eventually I'm going to go with definitely some better wheel and all-terrains. I'm kind of keen to go positive 15, keep them about the same size, not overboard. I don't want it to be big and showy. I just want to keep it nice, and got to find that balance. Got to find the bigger the tyre, the more fuel for the next 20 years, you know. So I want to have something maybe an inch bigger and keep them inside the guard so they don't scratch all the paint. Canopy options, I've got a few quotes from Norweld and Mitz. Pretty expensive, including the battery system. So I think both of them were over 35,000 for the canopy setup. It's installed all the fruit on inside of the canopy with the Bushman fridge and all that. I've always thought of, like, I want to keep in mind obviously weight, make it as versatile as possible. So, and if I want a canopy option, I wouldn't want to take it off. So for insurance purposes, I want it bolted to the chassis. Trig point canopy, they do canopy straight to the chassis, which is appealing, and they look pretty good. But the thing with Norweld and Mitz, I like that little bit at the back, how it's sort of like a compact, it sort of goes down at the back and then out for a spare wheel. I don't know if Trig Point do that, but yeah, this is where I need your guys' help. Drop a comment below if you know of any good places. I'm even thinking now of deleting the whole battery energy, the whole battery system. I think I can get away with my dual battery system for now, but maybe 5-10 years time I want to go that whole lithium setup in the back. So I'm looking at, obviously, mitts. I love the look of mitts canopies, even though that it's mitts and Noil. They don't do chassis mount, they just do tray and canopy options, so they still look pretty good. But trig point and concept canopies, and more recently I'm looking at the cut fabrications canopy. They look pretty good, but there's plenty out there, and you just get a bit confused after a while. And then on top of the canopy, I'm probably going to have an awning and a solar panel. I'm not going to go with a rooftop temp. I think I'm going to keep my ARB stretcher and swag. I've had them on a few camping trips out at Longreach in Winton, and they were an absolute treat. Easy pack up. I fit everything in the back of the tub, no worries. Alrighty guys, that's the end of the video for today. Hopefully you got something out of it. I've watched a lot of YouTube reviews and stuff on everything that I've put on this, so hopefully you've got something out of it. If you're considering something similar, leave a comment, leave a like, leave some recommendations on any advice or hints and tips, any canopy recommendations that you think that I've missed, that I should look into, and yeah, hopefully do another video soon. I'll see you in the next one. All right, goodbye now.